Let me tell you the problem with The Rock presently, the problem with The Rock right now, the problem with The Rock today, tomorrow, whatever you call it, it is here. If you compare The Rock of the old WWF Attitude Era days,
finally, The Rock has come back to Las Vegas!
and The Rock right now,
If you smell what The Rock is cooking,
you can see a lot of difference. The first difference that you may see is that he is bald, but a very obvious difference is that he is big. And that's not a bad thing, that's a very good thing actually. But why is he big? Because he's into movies. As The Rock's appearance has transitioned from the 1990s to the present day, his life has also changed. He's got into Hollywood, he's become more popular. It's a really good thing for him. He's an extremely likable guy now. Everybody loves Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And that is one of the problems with the present day Rock. I'm not talking about the problems of the Hollywood superstar Rock. I'm talking about the problems of the WWE superstar The Rock. The Rock in Hollywood is known as Dwayne The Rock Johnson. The Rock in the WWF was known as The Rock. But The Rock in the WWE is known as Dwayne The Rock Johnson. This is because his life from Hollywood has come into the WWE. And it's very difficult to handle both. It's very difficult to handle the Hollywood life plus the WWE life. You cannot mix both together and have a very good time. Yes, you might be thinking, who am I to tell all this? I'm some kid right now living in the 2000s, living in the John Cena WWE and saying all this. I don't know shit about The Rock. You're right, I don't know as much as some of you might know, but I'm just telling this from my point of view. The Rock is an absolute one-of-a-kind superstar that can never ever be replaced. But the great one has some problems like everybody does, and that has to be pointed out right now. Back when The Rock used to wrestle consistently, he lived and he had to breathe the WWE. That was his life. But The Rock had talent. The Rock had special talent that Hollywood recognized. And it's a good thing for him. I'm so happy for The Rock. He went to Hollywood, he kicked ass in Hollywood, he became a big superstar in Hollywood. And then in 2011, The Rock decided to return to the WWE. And then I think we all felt it. The Rock had changed. We all felt it in his appearance. We all felt it in his voice. The Rock was not the same. The Rock was not the old Rock. The Rock had changed. But it's not a bad thing for The Rock. The Rock is crazy successful. He's the biggest thing that happened to WWE, and he's the biggest thing that happened to Hollywood. The Rock is one major talent that can never be replaced. That is a fact. But once he returned, we knew that he had changed. I was just watching some old videos of his. Some old videos in the 1990s in the WWF Attitude Era. The Rock was so different back then. Shit, that guy had swag. If that Rock was there in the WWE right now, oh my god, I would drop dead, man. That character, man, that persona, that was so amazing. I was just watching the premiere episode of SmackDown when Triple H came into the ring and started running his mouth, and then The Rock came in and he just stole the show, man. He just electrified the place. Oh! When The Rock's music hit, it was so electrifying. When The Rock stepped out into the arena, it was something that I've never ever seen before. Oh my god, I think I wasn't even born at that time. I wish I was, and if I had experienced that, it would have been so amazing. The Rock was truly the greatest. He gave the people something to cheer for that nobody else has given. We all love The Rock. We all do. We still do. But it's not the same. Now The Rock comes out. Yes, he does attract a lot of new people, a lot of new fans. Fans of The Rock in Hollywood that come to watch The Rock in WWE. Yes, he attracts them. WWE gets more ratings like that. But for us, the people that actually knew The Rock back then. I'm not talking about me specifically. I just see videos of The Rock. But I'm talking about you guys who actually used to see The Rock live back then. What an amazing feeling that was. It's just not the same now, man. It's just not the same. He comes out and at first it's the same electrifying feeling that the fans get. He walks into the ring and it takes almost like 10 minutes to start speaking in the mic, man. For me, it gets frustrating sometimes. It just gets frustrating. But no, The Rock has to wait for the fans to start cheering, to start chanting his name. The Rock is almost going to start saying something. He's almost saying something. He's going to say something. But no, he stops. And then he looks at the crowd. They're chanting something. And then he starts smiling. He starts smiling. He smiles. The Rock never used to smile. He never used to smile. I don't have a problem with him smiling, but just don't do it so much, man. Please. The bottom line is that The Rock has changed. He has changed. For the good and for the bad. It's good for him. It's good for Hollywood. It's good for his fans in general. But for us, for the people who used to watch him and used to get electrified by him. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you guys. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about you guys. If The Rock is seeing this, he'll probably be so damn mad. He will probably want to grab my head, turn it sideways and shove it straight up my candy ass. Yes, I had to say that. The Rock is great, man. He truly is. But he has changed. That's the bottom line. He has changed. And this is the problem with The Rock presently. Well, at least The Rock still has his catchphrases. Yes, I should probably know my role and shut my mouth. But I just had to say this. I'm Vaidu from ITZ Entertainment. Thank you for watching this. If there's some no. Just get in the zone and please stay right there. Right in the zone. Because, I don't know, I'm just gonna drop.